Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashim Hashem Rakak Vadash, and double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, Yahweh Bashim Hashem Brakatham, to all of the Akim that are in His faith as a whole. And this is your brother Laban, once again, at you in another video. And this is from GreatBritainNews.com. So this reads, the bank Natwest accused of trying to force businesses to stop accepting cash as ludicrous limits to be imposed. Natwest is set to impose new limits on cash deposits next month, fueling concerns among campaigners about an impending cashless society. The bank has written to customers about the changes, which will take effect from September 11, 2023. Stating protecting you from financial crime and fraud is very important to us. In a summary of changes, NatWest said they will make it clear that the bank can set limits on payments to and from the customer's account. These limits can apply to different types of payments, including cash deposits and withdrawals, and payments that the bank identifies as going to areas of high risk of financial crime. The maximum amount of cash customers can deposit into their account at a bank branch, a post office, or a cash and deposit machine is $3,000 per day and $24,000 a rolling 12-month period. In the update sent to customers, the bank said we monitor these limits, may change them over time, and will make information on them available to you unless there is a security reason that prevents us from doing so. Ron DeNevo, chairman of the Payment Choice Alliance, told GP News he thought the deposit limit were ludicrously low. So as we already know why they're doing this, because it's all to do with forcing the public towards the MOTB system. And just like it mentions in the book of Revelations 3, where it reads on the time of temptation, which would be tried worldwide. All right, which would be trying people worldwide, excuse me. And this is partly how they're going to do it, doing away with cash. As they've already got the population, hit to using their phones and credit cards for payments and what have you, by a long shot. So now they can get on and moving to making sure that these banks pave the way for the limited of cash being used, and making excuses and saying that, look, the reason why we're doing this because we want to make sure that you're not being scammed or that you're not being robbed. So we just want to make sure that as why we need you to take a low limited amount of cash out. But this is, like I've said, this is all because of what we know for definite, and it's all to do with the mark of the beast system coming in. All right, they're rolling it in, as well as the CBDC is becoming more fortunate. Cash is becoming unfortunate simultaneously. All right, and this individual here from Jamaica, he's been debanked by the same bank, by NatWest. And as it reads, until recently, Philip Cato, a member of the Windrush generation who immigrated to the UK in '61, had nothing in common with Nigel Farage. In fact, he had not heard of the politician. But now he does. Both have been debanked by NatWest. The closure of Farage's account with NatWest's exclusive private bank, Coots, caused a furore, leading the counselor, Jeremy Hunt, last week asking the financial regulators to investigate how frequently people were being debanked and why. But Cato, a 92-year-old retired carpenter, found it harder than Farage did to get attention when the loss of his account of 50 years cut him off from his state pension. leaving him and his wife Una struggling to make ends meet after working as a carpenter in the UK for 30 years. Cato returned home in the early 1990s to care for his elderly mother and relies on his state pension and a small annual for his income. So yeah, this is putting people in an uncomfortable situation. All right, and this is what they're gonna do to most of us worldwide. Because, like I said, they already got most of the people that they need their credit cards and as well as using their phones for payment uses. So just like I've mentioned, now this paves the way for the government and other powers above the government to move forward with a digital credit system, which will be based on that implant, which is what we're expecting and what we're looking for. And now let's read this in the book of what is it? Excuse me, not James. Revelations 3 and verse 10. Right? Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all of the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Because one of the ways that they're gonna push this mark onto you, they're gonna put everybody in a more of a temptational place. And in that temptational place, you're going to have to make up your mind. What are you going to do? All right. However, they're going to do it. It could be a multitude of psychological operations, or it could even be due to this cashless society that all of the banks are going to have to correspond to and put into place. So if the banks are going to go along with this, are you going to go along with it to keep your account? Because they want to formulate a digital credit system, which will be based on your CBDC. Or so are you going to get the implant connected to your CBDC just so you could try to save your life and to keep yourself from being uncomfortable? As this reads, right? In the book of James 1, and we're going to begin by reading verse 10. So this reads, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. So let's just say you're an individual or you're a brother in the truth, and you've renounced all that which is of society, which society is going to be digitized, right? And you're renouncing all of the rudiments of society. Guess what? You're going to either be tried, probably being imprisoned. You might be tried to be put to death. Or you may very well be tried having nothing, just wandering about. All right? So it reads, he shall receive a crown of life. Because we're going to have to undergo the temptation which is going to come upon the world. And this is why this reads, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So that's the temptation we're going to have to endure to receive the crown of life. All right? As it is written in the book of Romans, the 11th chapter, that there are 7,000 men that shall not knee to the image of Baal. Okay? So may the Lord be with us all in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that his name and his spirit gives us the increase to endure these times, especially faith. All right? So, yeah, man. So that's basically that right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read something else. And let's get the book of Luke. And we're going to begin by reading verse 24. Luke 9 and 24. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. For what is a man's advantage if he gain the world the whole world and lose himself or be cast away. So that's what's going to be told for us to do. The powers that be of this world, which will be draconian indeed, is going to what? Try to push us to sell our soul to this world by taking that mark and so that we can keep our lives currently in safety. But the scripture says, he that try to save his life will lose it, and he that loseth his life will save it. And guess what? We're going to get what? Everlasting life. So we hold dear to the scriptures in the time of temptation, because it's coming. It's right around the corner, man. I mean, you can see it through these articles in regards to this topic, man. Whether it's the CBDC, or whether it's the cashless society, where you have banks trying to prohibit cash and all of this stuff. It's very clear to see where this is going. Just like I mentioned in the first minutes of the video, I said that we know why they're doing this, and it's to bring in the what? The MOTB system, which is going to be a digital technological system where your credits is going to be on the grid rather than you having to hold cash in your hands. And to connect with your digital credits, you got to get that implant, as they call it, CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. All right. And, most of us in this truth, we've already have it in our minds what the decision is to undergo and take. Because we don't like this world anyway, man. As it is written that they hated their lives even unto death. We hate our lives right now. So we're definitely going to be moved to making the right decision, even if it means death. All right. So that's all I have to say with this. Giving all of the praise and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashem Rakak Wadash, and Yahweh Bashim Shai Brakathum, to all of those that are in His faith. And may the name of the Lord be upon us and strengthen us and increase us in these days and times, especially for the dread to come. Shalom.